We're going to take a look at the text tool now to see how we can add text to our document in Illustrator. Using the text tool is similar to when we're drawing. We've got two ways to do it. We can left click and drag to create an area where we're going to type, and you can see there it's filled it up with some sample text, and just go in and type something in. Using the type area tool, you can see there I can drag it around. I can adjust the size of the area, but the text always stays the same size. I can come up to my tools here and I can change the font, and I can also change the font size here. The other way to do text is to come up to the type tool, and this time just left click once. If I type it in now and hit escape when I have finished writing, you can see there the area is just set to the word. And in this case, I can come to one of the corners and I can click and drag and change the size of my text that way. Holding down Shift will ensure that that aspect ratio stays the same and nothing gets stretched too far out. I can also, with that selected, come back up here and change the font like before. I can also come along and change the font size here manually if I want to, but it's a little bit easier to manipulate small amounts of text. This type area tool is better off when we've got a whole paragraph of text. I can also come up to the corner of my text at any time and look for the little curved arrows, and I can change the direction of my text. Holding down Shift now will lock that in and change that in 15-degree increments. The other thing you might want to do with text is to turn them into objects that you can manipulate. So at the moment, it's one text object that I can move around. I've turned this into a stencil font here, and I'm going to convert it into an object that I can cut out. If I come up to the menu here, up to the type menu, you can see here I've got lots of options that I can play around and change my type. The one we're looking for here is the one called Create Outlines. If I click on that, you'll notice that all these extra nodes have turned up all over my letters. It's converted each one of these letters into shapes. So if I was to choose the direct selection tool, I can come along, move parts of those points. I can also, with everything selected, right click and choose to ungroup, and that way it'll allow me to choose individual letters. So for example, I can move part of that word over there, give myself a larger N, and it allows me to have a little bit of customization and do some different things with the letters. I can also choose all these, and over here swap my fill and stroke, so they no longer have a fill and they have a stroke. So I could send this to the laser and cut out each individual letter.